getting over 200. I mean, all the talk was this is going to be are we going to see the first 300 game, right? Coming into the season. Getting over 200 is still quite an achievement and still a reasonably rare thing that happens. Because I also think that early on in the season, we saw a lot of teams get their bowling lineups or misread pitches and not quite play their best attack at the right moments, right? As we're getting more data, obviously teams are getting better at picking the right people to play at the right time. So I think kind of in a way, runs are not in a way, it just the data suggests runs are becoming harder. Wickets are almost becoming easier because there's more pressure on the batter to go. And actually, you know, some of the sides that the two finalists last year need to rethink this a little bit. Because, as you say, Nick, they have brought themselves to the business end of the tournament early on prematurely because of essentially, I mean, I want to say rash batting, but actually I think that's unfair because I think they're being told to go out and go, right, Travis, just go for your life. Right?
Yeah, I think the
Do what you
messaging
need
is
to do.
definitely like go out and swing. But you're right, Marky. We haven't seen a 200 plus score for since game 5. We're now coming up today to game 15. So we've had 9 games on the bounce where 200 hasn't been breached. I think guess the flip side to that is we saw like yesterday 170 chased down really easily, right? On Sunday, that Sunrisers 163 chased down without any fuss. On this time last week, LSG chased down that 190 really easily. So it's strange because those scores often I think you're thinking 170 to 200 on a flat pitch. Is it good enough? Probably not. But then I think you don't. That doesn't mean that you have to be thinking 280.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
I guess the other thing that we're starting to see, and I don't know if you agree with this, is I'm not sure there's a really good lower middle order in the league at the moment. Like, I think on paper coming into it, you'd say maybe KKR had the best one with Dre Russ coming in at 8 some of the time, and then you've got Ramandeep and Rinku in front of him. But none of those guys have scored a run all year. And like you're looking around the league and you're thinking who's really strong in that kind of 5, 6, 7, 8 region. And I'm not finding too many teams at the moment.
So if I was trying to figure out if you were like, right, how do you win an IPL game right now? I would say the two things you want to do is you want to get your best batters or your best strikers off the ball, striking the ball in the first 6 overs and in the back 4 overs, right? And I think at the moment not enough of that is happening, and part of the reason for that is because the middle order the lower middle orders are often coming in too early in the match, and therefore are being asked to do too much. And also, when you come in early, generally that means that the bowling team has got momentum and has got their tails up as well. I also think I made this point last week, and I kind of said it, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'm talking nonsense because of your reaction. So I've kept looking for it this week, and that's that the impact sub, when things go wrong, just gets used in the wrong place. I still believe that is happening. I think teams panic too quickly, and that kiboshes lower middle orders as well. They are the lower middle orders are the victims of the bad planning, or I'm not sure it necessarily is bad planning, because I think if you sat down before the season with the team at SRH or with KKR and said, right, our plan is we're going to go hell for leather, and we know with this tactic that sometimes it's going to go wrong, and you go, right, in the group stage, it's gone wrong. Let's say it goes wrong 4 times. They would probably take that. Well, they probably weren't expecting it to go wrong twice, or potentially today for one of those sides, it's going to go wrong 3 times in the first 4
In their first
games,
four
right?
games. And that leaves you just with a
Yeah.
mountain to climb.